Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? I've been promising this video for like 2 years and it's probably my most quizzed, the comment that keeps coming up in the comment section of my videos the most. In today's video I'm finally, with evidence, gonna explain why I don't play FIFA anymore. In fact, why I kind of hate it. Because it has become a hate from a love, which I'll show you, to a hate. In the course of this video I'll also show you my footballing video game collection. Well, at least my my classics, not my most recent games. Maybe I'll do that in another video. I moved house a couple of times recently, so I had all these old game boxes, because you know, I'm ancient. I was born in 1982, so I'm 43 this year. And I had all these old CD cases for video games and music. Yes, that's right, CD cases for music. No streaming back then, everyone. No downloads, no digital downloads. I even had some cassette tapes, VHS cassette tapes. Anyway, so I decided to put them all into these zip cases. When I moved house, it saved me like boxes and boxes and boxes. Highly recommend. So I chucked away all of the cases and I kept the games, obviously. So let's look at them. As I explain my previous love for EA Sports series, FIFA, now of course EAFC. We'll look at some of the other video games I had as well, including my PES games, which I was also super into back in the day. So stick around. This is an ASMR video, so I'm going to be talking really calmly. A couple of you have said that I spoke a little bit too quickly on the previous video. So, I apologise, I am Welsh. We talk very quickly in Wales. So I will try and slow down, but I can't promise anything. Let's start. Start at the beginning. Well, technically if I'm going to start from the beginning, I'll have to start here. I mentioned this in a recent video. This game, literally this game, was how I became obsessed with football, to the point where I live, breathe, sleep, eat football. My week has been so funny. I watched the Germany-Portugal match in the Nations League the other night. Following day, I watched, and I paid to watch, it was only like $2.99 or something, Uzbekistan, because I wanted to see if they qualified for the World Cup. They did. Spoiler. I'll be talking about that soon. And then I watched in the evening Spain versus France, obviously. An amazing match. I'm glad I caught that one. So I watched loads of football, including Asian football this week. Whilst in the background been doing my save with Real Murcia in the Spanish 3rd Division on Football Manager. Video coming soon. And I'm obsessed with football, and this is the game that made it happen. So the World Cup in '98 we watched in my house because my brother and my dad were so into football. Well, my dad was, my brother is. So I kind of got into it as well when it was on. I remember watching other World Cups when we were growing up. Italian 90 was a pretty good one as well. Didn't watch USA as much because England didn't qualify. We were watching England in World Cup 90, Italian 90. Of course Wales didn't qualify for anything, so we used to watch Scotland, Republic of Ireland, England with more interest. And then my brother got this game for the PC. I think it was a PC. Yeah. And we played some two-player, and then I basically became absolutely obsessed with it. And this game is why I support Mexico at World Cups, because in '98 I started studying Spanish for A-levels, and I did a GCSE in like an evening class. So I was obsessed with Spanish. My two obsessions, languages, particularly Spanish, and football. And so I used to just play either as Spain or Mexico in this game, and like I played it a million times, and it was amazing, and I loved it. I then realised that because this is an EA game, same as FIFA, and the mechanics were very similar to FIFA games at the time, and it played really, really well. And I realised there was a previous game called Road to World Cup where you qualified for the World Cup and you could choose like anyone. You could be Guatemala, Angola, Sri Lanka if you wanted to. And I loved that game as well. The gameplay was a bit better in this one though. And then I really got into like qualifiers and, you know, the World Cup procedure, because obviously I tried qualifying as Wales. And so this is the game that started it all off. Probably one of the best games that EA has released. So to road map this video, I'm going to start ranting in a short while about why this calibre of game, from EA at least, will never ever be made again. And that's why I hate them. And I will talk about, as the rain hits the window outside in sunny Wales, I'll talk about why I don't think it'll ever happen again, and why I think no football game will be, frankly, as good as the World Cup games. I don't have the CDs in this container for the other ones, but I do have the games in their original boxes for World Cup 2010 and 2014. Those games are also excellent. This is the Euro 2000 game, because they used to release one every 2 years, one for the Euros and one for the World Cup. The rain's quite heavy outside, isn't it? Okay, ignore SmackDown, because I'm pretty obsessed with wrestling as well. So the first game I got was 2001 FIFA, and then 2004, so there was a bit of a gap it seems, or maybe I've lost them. And then I just basically became absolutely obsessed with FIFA, playing through career mode, never played it online, rarely played it two-player unless my brother came over. It was all about career mode. FIFA 10, FIFA 11, FIFA 12, FIFA 13, FIFA 14, and then that's the Euros and the 98s, and I've definitely got 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, but I think it stopped at that point. In 20, 21, 22 I played very little of. I bought them on sale. Because of course at this point it was just career mode, and career mode was amazing, like way better than it is now. More options, fewer teams, I think. Oh no, actually around the FIFA 16, 17 they were the most teams there ever was, because they had Brazil, Russia, Japan, Korea. What are the ones that they lost? Colombia, Chile, all the leagues there. Mexico, they had as well, the league there. Yeah. So around that point they had the most number of leagues, which they've really dwindled now. And some of them been replaced with like leagues you'd never really play, like India, and I did have a go at the Romanian league once, actually, to be fair. So yeah, after this point Ultimate Team came in, and frankly that has been the absolute demise of FIFA. Now I don't criticise anyone individually who plays Ultimate Team. I confess I've never ever played it. I mean, look how many editions I've got of FIFA, and these aren't the only ones I've got. Like I said, I've got all the others, but they're in my sort of more recent, because this is Xbox 360, so my Xbox, whatever it is called, X, they're still just sat next to it under the TV downstairs. Oh, they're more PlayStation, I think. I think I got them for both. I got them about 3 times. I got them second hand. I remember buying them second hand in a second-hand shop in the Netherlands, actually. I was like, I really fancy FIFA 18 when I get home, so I'm going to buy it again. Anyway. And Ultimate Team ruined everything, because as soon as they realised that they could make money as easily as they can with loot boxes, they just didn't care about career mode anymore, because at this point career mode was the game. The game was career mode, and online was clunky. I hear it still is, according to the Reddit article I read this week. But online was super clunky at this point, and just didn't basically work that well. So FIFA was all about career mode, and career mode was FIFA. And I was obsessed. I was a teacher at this point. I'd come home from teaching, have a rest, have food, do some marking or some preparation or whatever, make a couple of PowerPoints for the next day, and then I'd just be like on FIFA until midnight, and then go to bed, get up in the morning, go back to work, next day, blah blah blah, FIFA, midnight, like literally obsessed. And it was just great. I actually thank it, because I hated teaching, and it got me through some very difficult days, just chilling out. I sort of had this procedure. I was like, I just need to chill out. I just want to play FIFA before I go to bed. That's my reward for working so hard and having such a horrible day. And FIFA was like the brilliant point. And back then, there weren't as many like rage quit moments. It was a fairly relaxing game to play. I think it was more like FIFA 19, FIFA 20 when the rage quit moments really stepped in, and you'd be like 3-0 up with 5 minutes to go, and then they'd score like 3, even though you totally dominated them, and you'd be like, oh. And I even would, put 5 in defence and have everyone on defence, and no, they'd score, just cross into the box, header, beat your, little guy would beat your tall guy, done. And they just score like literally with their next 3 shots. Controller throwing on the floor moments, And I stopped playing it because I was like, well, it's so scripted, it's like ridiculous. And I tried changing the sort of settings, and I tried, being clever about it, and putting more people in defence and telling my wing backs to stay back. But no one would track back. It'd just be a long ball over the top, and my midfielders would just stand there and not move. And I'd be like, yeah, this is like so scripted. And then around the sort of FIFA 19-20 point, they lost a couple of the leagues, which I didn't like particularly. I used to, because I'm a massive Spartak Moscow fan, they got rid of the Russian league. They lost the rights to Pro Evo, PES. So I bought PES so I could continue playing as the Russian, as Spartak Moscow in the league. And then FIFA started becoming really arcadey. It wasn't a simulation anymore, because back in the day, I think PES was more arcadey. You could literally just like run one into the pitch to the other and score a belter. And FIFA was more like tactics, and formations were important, and scouting talent and youngsters and all this stuff, and it was way more intricate, and you could do all the skill moves, and then all of a sudden it just became like I think you know what I mean when I mean skating. Like when you play PES just before it finished, like PES 2021 I think was the last one, pass the ball to their feet, and they just like control the ball, and then if you like want to go left, you don't just like spin on a sixpence around in a circle, you sort of go like that. Whereas FIFA became this game where it would come to you, it'd either just bounce off you, go to them, they'd run down and score, if I'm being dramatic, or it would come to you, and then you'd be like, oh, I want to look that way, and so it'd just be like, you just literally like turn around, or go like, turn around like this, in a massive circle, so you try and lose the ball as best as possible. But yeah, you'd get the ball and you'd press left, and you sort of like float around for a bit, or go right, you sort of go like this. It was weird, and then you started running at people in 2020, 2021, and you'd literally just like go whoosh, you'd be over there. If you press run in pairs, you just go a little, you go, this is walking, this is running. But in FIFA, this is walking, well, this is walking. And then FIFA now running is like, you're like away, there's no way you can catch someone on the wing, it's mental. And pairs became more about possession football and trying to create, pass it around and slower and try and create space for a cross or a shot or a 1-2 pass in the middle. FIFA just became about running everyone. You can't tackle, otherwise you get sent off. Just run. Everyone just runs everywhere. And you can literally shoot from anywhere and it's fine. And you have all these finesse shots, which I don't even get because I stopped playing the game at that point. And I hated it. I was like, this isn't football. This is supposed to be a simulation. And I've had I don't know, arcade games which have been better, more accurate in terms of football than this. I was playing Superstar Soccer. I think I've got it somewhere. International Superstar Soccer Pro, which was the original PES, I think. And I played that on a simulator the other day. And my brother came over and we played it after the Wales-Liechtenstein match. And it was genuinely more enjoyable than recent FIFAs. And this game is, I don't know, 20 years old? 1997. Now it's 20. Oh my god, it's really old, 28. Honestly, it plays way better. It's more realistic. Which is heartbreaking in a way because it was just... And there were more national teams on it as well. So that game is special in... I don't want to be dramatic, but in my life, because it got me into football. That game was cool. All these were just fantastic. Spent so many hours. So many happy memories. Whereas now, FIFA is all about the money, and they don't give, excuse my French, a shit about career mode players. In fact, the last time I tried to play career mode, I think I got the first EAFC. I waited until it was 15 quid. Downloaded it off the app, because you've got to download the app, the EA store and this nonsense. And I don't think I even owned it. I think I was renting it from them or something. For £5 a month, and I played it, and it was absolutely diabolical. It was all about the training, and if you didn't train, they weren't fit. And then if you played them slightly out of position, which was technically not out of position, if they're a right winger and you play them as a right forward, they were out of position, and then they would have low morale and low fitness levels, and their ability would go down. And then anyone who didn't play, all your youngsters, their abilities would go down. How the hell am I supposed to... I didn't get it. I didn't play long enough to find out. But I was how am I supposed to get them to be advanced, grow as youngsters? I can't play them every game, but they're actually losing stats, so I need to loan them out. But then who do I have on my bench? Oh, it was bizarre. I hated it. And the training sessions you got to do every day, and then I simmed them, and they were always bad, and oh god, it was a complete waste of time. And like I say, the actual gameplay of the game is the mechanics and the way they I hate the way they move around the pitch. They just like I said, ice skating at times is unbelievable. It just wasn't enjoyable. I can't tackle anymore. I played on not that even harder level, and I was losing 7-0 in the first half, and I literally have played all these FIFA games. I'm not rubbish at FIFA, but they would just literally pick up the ball from anywhere and shoot and score, in the top corner, unsavable. And I was just laughing as I was playing it. I was like, this is a joke. This is unbelievable. So I googled, found some forums, changed the sliders. It became more bearable, but I can't affect the way that the people just get the ball and just kind of willy-wobbly around as if they're drunk. So I completely changed back to pairs at that point and loved it. As you can see, I got the original, so I got that, which I've already showed you, the International Superstar Soccer, the original, if I remember correctly, ISS Pro. So ISS Pro 2, then they changed names several times, so then became Pro Evolution 5. I don't know where 6 is, or 7, but I've got PES 8, PES 9. These games are absolutely amazing. So even though I had the FIFAs around this time, I tended to play PES more. PES 10, PES 11, don't know where PES 12 is, 13, 14. And I think I've got a couple more. Maybe I don't actually, I think I switched to FIFA at that point, 15. 12, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm not sure, I don't seem to have the 14, 15. Maybe they're downstairs next to the PlayStation. But I definitely, for 17, 18, 19, switched to FIFA completely and left PES at that point. I've also, for your knowledge, got LMA Manager. We talked about that the other day, I think. That might be the one where you can build the stadiums that I was talking about in that Celta Vigo shirt video. Talked about that. I don't remember this game, UEFA Manager, Total Club Manager 2004, also by EA. I got Alex Ferguson Player Manager, Championship, here we go. Championship Manager 2001-2002, that's where it all started. I think this is the game where they don't even have the 2D match engine, let alone 3D. I think this is text only. And then there's a little bit of a jump, and we got 2008, so this has gone to Sega now from Eidos. So it's changed from Championship Manager to Football Manager, because half the team broke away, didn't they? Sports Interactive. And Championship Manager still existed, but this was the sort of better one. Football Manager 2008, 2009. Oh, and then I think they went to digital. They went to Steam at that point, and I started downloading them from Steam. 2009, I'm trying to remember. Wonder where... I've definitely got more of these somewhere, because 2004 I was living in Spain and it was delayed, and I remember going to the big superstore, the Corte Inglés, like every week, every Saturday, looking for it, because it wasn't out in the end of September as usual. They delayed it for ages, and I just played that to death when I lived in Spain, because we didn't have any internet, or I only had like 2 games with me, Sims, the first Sims, and Football Manager, and I ended up like winning the Champions League with Spartak Moscow. So those are my collection of football games that I've got, my classic ones. Like I said, I've got more. Maybe I can show you them in the next ramble video. But to finish off, why do I hate EA, FIFA, EAFC? It's because of the gambling, basically. It's not profitable, and actually Pro Evolution, PES, stopped making games. Their 2000-2001 games were literally a breath of fresh air. I played them to death all the way through the pandemic, and then I switched to Football Life. The team there, bearing in mind, is just a fan-made game using PES's engine that you can just download for free online. They've done a literally amazing job, like so amazing. And I played that as well, but it's getting a little bit dated now. Like there's no Conference League on it, and you can't change the places for the World Cup to extend it, to make it a bigger one, and there's a couple of things missing. You can't include any more leagues. They've done their best with the hard coding of the original game. And the new game, eFootball, is a load of shit, because again, there's no career mode. And I remember checking regularly, because their original plan was, they're going to do career mode next summer, and then next summer came and went, and they're like, it's next summer now. Next summer came and went, so I think I've been waiting 4 years for career mode, and at this point I agree with people on Reddit, it's never going to come because it's not profitable. You do a career mode, you spend a lot of time on it. What happens? Players go on career mode, they play it to death, they live every second, they're not buying loot boxes. If you're a business, I'm not going to go on a capitalist rant, anti-capitalist rant here, but it's all about the money. You get the money from loot boxes, from making children gamble. You make profit, you give it to the shareholders are happy. The games have decreased in quality. Both pairs are just as guilty as EA. And for a little while I was holding out hope, because there were supposed to be like 3 new football series games in production. One from FIFA themselves, when EA left them they said, oh, we're going to do our own. And then 2 others, I can't remember the names now. But I'm not holding my breath, because as soon as they, and FIFA especially, because obviously they are the greediest corporation practically ever made, if they haven't figured out already that loot boxes are the way forward, we're never going to see a career mode again. And it's super depressing, because I lived my life playing career mode like every day to chill out after work. I don't want to play online with racist 8-year-olds, homophobic 8-year-olds who are screaming nonsense down like their microphones at me and abusing me and then cutting off before they lose because they're childish. I don't want to play with people online. I'm a grumpy old man. I just want to come home from work and chill out and play career mode and get lost in the storyline of, can I get this club to the Champions League or into Europe, promoted, get them to get good players, get great results, who am I going to sell, buy, what youngsters am I going to bring in, who's going to be my captain. There's a story to be told when you play career mode. Having one-off games against people online who play like assholes. I've sworn 3 times in this video, and I haven't sworn like in 4 years. I say 4 years, I mean I swear all the time, but not on YouTube. And I have no interest in doing that, thanks. And I certainly don't have any interest in paying loads of money to get this Ultimate Team thing. Like, no thanks. And I'm not grinding, I'm not doing daily challenges, I'm not opening packs. You had to persuade me as an audience to even get cards, and the only reason I did it is because at least it's a physical thing, and it's not that expensive, to be honest. Whereas, you buy a FIFA game, you buy the next one, all of your money is gone. It doesn't matter what happened, and it's all like, I like to be super realistic with football games. That's why I like FM so much, Football Manager so much, because it is like a simulation. I don't want to be playing with 2001 Zidane in my, I don't know, Spurs team alongside Figo and, I don't know, Yevlashin. Like, it's not realistic. There's a bit of a laugh if I was playing along with my brother, but I don't play football games with my brother very often. We're both, 43. I just want to come home, chill out, play a game, and lose myself in it. And I don't want to have to spend money to do that every day, and I don't want to have to play online with kids who are rude. And I just miss... I used to love release day. I used to get so excited. I remember when I was teaching, I'd either go at like midnight to Tesco and buy the FIFA then, so I knew I had it, or I get up early, because it always used to be out on a Friday, I think still is. I always used to go to Tesco on the way into work, so wake up a little bit early, go into Tesco, buy it, keep it in my glove compartment, because if I had it on my school desk, the kids would like absolutely lose their minds. And there were always kids. I'd be teaching Spanish and I'd be like, oh, where's so-and-so today? And then someone I love kids, they can't lie to save their lives. One of their mates would be like, oh, sir, he's not well. And I'd be like, FIFA's out today. And he's like, yes, sir, he's not well. He's at home recovering by playing the new FIFA game. I had loads of kids on that Friday who would miss lessons, miss school, because they were not feeling well. And I was always like, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I pull a sickie? But yeah, that's how excited everyone was for it. And now I do not care. And I miss that. I miss that sort of big, like, oh my god, FIFA's out tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm going to like stay up and go and buy it. Or nowadays you just download it at midnight or whatever. Take the, when I left teaching and I could book the day off, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to like book that Friday off and have a 3-day weekend just playing FIFA all weekend. But by that point, FIFA became absolutely turgid, and I didn't want to anymore, and I'm gutted. I miss it. It's a really, really happy memory that I have that's gone, and yeah, it's just a copy and paste video game every year, actually making it worse. Bugs never get fixed. I couldn't believe like how much stuff is just not right. Like if you try and change the length of the socks of a youth team player, they get deleted or they lose their name and become unknown or some nonsense. Like there's all these bugs that have just been in it for 15 years that they've never dealt with. You can't, like, there's the World Cup 2014 game, as amazing as it is. I tried playing it. I got the old Xbox 360 out of the attic. Where's it gone? Oh, it's better. And I was playing it, and I thought, oh, I'll just make a couple of players, the 2014 one, and I made a couple of players, and I changed a couple of players' attributes for Wales, and the game crashes, and it's unplayable, and then you have to uninstall it, reinstall it, for the game to work. So you can't actually change anyone. Like, you physically can change their speed and their shooting ability, but if you do that, the game crashes. I mean, how is that okay? Like, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, and I can't believe you have to pay so much money for these games now. These used to be like so cheap, but now they're like 80 quid. It's absolutely absurd. So yeah, that's kind of why I hate EA, because they've in turn figured out the loot system, and they've infected football games in general. Football games used to be so good. Like we used to get, I said, you get FIFA in the same year. You'd have year 2000. Next year you'd have FIFA. The year after you'd have FIFA and the World Cup game. That year you had 2 World Cup games. You had Road to World Cup 98 and FIFA, and then a World Cup 98 game as well. It's like they know now that's not profitable, so they don't care. And I remember the last World Cup, bearing in mind these are my favourite editions of the games, I prefer them even over these games, because I explained on this channel before, I'm more into international football than I am club football, and then they basically just started making it into like an update, and then the update was crap, and you couldn't even change like half the teams into teams that already existed in the game. So like you couldn't put, I don't know, if you wanted to, Uruguay into the World Cup if they hadn't qualified for some reason, I don't know why. And it was like a standalone thing. There were no modes. It used to be so good. Like, these games have got so many different modes to them. Like, this one's got the qualifying on it as well. So this one, like, there were 2 games here, the Road to World Cup and the World Cup, whereas this one, 2 years later, you had the qualifying and the main game in it. You had all the stadiums. They don't even have the stadiums anymore. They've got, like, I think for the Qatar World Cup, they had 2 of the World Cup stadiums in it. They used to have, like, all of them. And you could, just like I said, you could be, I remember World Cup, which one was it, 2014 maybe? I remember trying to get to the World Cup as Taiwan, and I actually not only qualified for the World Cup as Moldova, I won the World Cup as Moldova. It was just, it was so fun, and I used to play that game with my brother, and I still have somewhere, if I kick up the old Xbox 360, I've still got game footage of the goals we used to score against each other. I used to score some absolute screamers with Chile. Alexis Sanchez from outside the box, just like bang. Ah, happy days. And EA have ruined it for us all. So yeah, I hate EA Sports, and they've made everything crap. So that's kind of my ramble for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, finding out why. I think it was pretty obvious why I hated them, to be honest, but the gameplay, as much as Ultimate Team has sort of ruined everything, the gameplay is awful now. It used to be, like in this game, genuinely, I'm going to try and fire this up. I'll have to try and work out how to play it on the current Windows, but I'm going to have a go of it because I reckon it'll still play better than modern day FIFA. And it'll certainly be more fun. And anyway, that's Grumpy Old Man here signing out. At some point I will do my other little rant that I promised you for about 2 years, which is why I don't support Real Madrid or Barcelona. And I'll lose a couple of fans because I've got a very strong opinion about it, but hey ho, that one will come at some point in the next month or so. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, found it relaxing, hope it didn't talk too quickly. I did lose myself a little bit in the middle bit, and probably did, so sorry. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing my collection. Let me know what are the earliest football games you've got and which ones were your favourite in the comments section. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel for more football ASMR content. I've got more Crest videos coming up soon. I have just bought they've just arrived in the post. I've just bought 2 more packs of stickers, so these are coming soon, the Champions League stickers. 100 more of them to do. And as promised in many people's comments, I will do preview videos for the women's Euros, particularly because Wales are playing in it, but also just because I always cover the women's international games tournaments. And I will also do a round results video for the World Cup qualifiers. I am also going to have a little preview video, in theory, if I can get it done in time, of the CONCACAF Gold Cup, because I noticed that was being played, and I'm interested to see what happens there. And while we're at it, I'll probably do a Club World Cup one, but I don't really care about it, and I don't think you do either, so maybe I'll do that as a 2-in-1. We'll see. I'll see if I've got enough time. Thanks so much for watching. If you're still here and you're not bored to death and you haven't turned off, or you're not asleep, then click this video next. And don't forget to click like and subscribe. Leave me a comment, and I'll see you again really soon. Okay? Thanks for watching, everyone. Loving all the support recently. Don't forget about my Patreon, and I'll see you soon. Bye 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 bye.